I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members. Thank you. It's continued support like yours that keeps this channel growing. And if you haven't already, please consider joining today. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem basic figures, and I'm really excited about this video. I started seeing pictures of these figures about a week or two ago online. They've been slowly getting released here and there, and I've been really looking forward to finding these in retail. I finally found them today. I didn't find them all, but I found what we have here. We're going to go over these figures here. I've got the four brothers: Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael. I got Splinter, Leatherhead, and Bebop. I did not find April, and I did not find Rocksteady. I did find the baby turtles, but I did not pick those up. I also found the basic motorcycle. I didn't pick that one up. And as I was looking not on these, on the back of the motorcycle package, there's another motorcycle that's going to be coming out that's very reminiscent to the old cycle, from the original line, with that trash can sidecar. So I'll probably pick that one up. And then of course the van itself, the party wagon, whatever they're going to call it this time around. I was really hoping to find a party wagon, but I didn't find that one. And of course, Rocksteady, rhinos are one of my favorite animals, and I was really looking forward to Rocksteady. Didn't find them yet, but the hunt will continue. So these are brand new, released in is right now June of 2023 as of the time of this recording. I found these today at Target, and they each retailed for approximately $10. So taking a look at the packages, we're just going to kind of go over the packages real quick, and then we're going to open them and get into the figures themselves. The turtles themselves, so you've got Donatello, the brains, you've got Michelangelo, the entertainer, Leonardo, the leader, Raphael, the angry one, Splinter, Master Sensei, Leatherhead, Raging Cajun Gator, Bebop, Jacked Up Warthog. So they all have a little bit of a byline there for their names. Each of the turtles has art of the turtle in the package. So you got Donatello, it has artwork of Donatello. Michelangelo has artwork of Michelangelo. Leonardo has artwork of Leonardo. Raphael has artwork of Raphael. Every other figure has artwork of the other four turtle, of all four of the turtles, right? So Bebop doesn't have artwork of Bebop. He has all four turtles. So does Splinter, so does Leatherhead. So that's what the packaging is going to look like around the front. We can see the bubble right here, and we just got Donatello here. He's the closest one to us. So we can see we've got the figure inside, we've got his weapon, we've got a couple of accessories. It's something that's really neat and it's got me really excited are the weapon trees. Again, very reminiscent to the original vintage line. You got those weapon trees with a lot of common weapons amongst themselves, and then they also have unique individual weapons. So that's really neat. One of the things that I noticed this right away is when I picked up Splinter, you can see he's got the cane that also splits up and it turns into the sword right there. Again, that is from the original line. You can see the shuriken that are connected to some of these weapon trees. So that's really, really neat that they're doing that. They're doing a lot of callbacks to the original line. Also, the brick, or kind of that block, purple block background on the packaging, that's also very reminiscent of the original line. But again, we also have a lot of modernization. So we've got the new sculpt for Donatello, new artwork for Donatello, and we've got the new logo right there for the Mutant Mayhem movie. I'm really looking forward to that movie. I think it's going to be very interesting and very fun. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Busting out of the New York sewers are four bodacious brothers ready to kick butt. Born from the mysterious mutant ooze, these tubular turtles are radical, and their radical rat dad have trained in the art of ninjutsu to become bad guy bashing super team. With their buddy April O'Neil, they're about to face the gnarliest mutants the world has ever seen. So again, the bios here and the wording and everything else, a lot of this is very reminiscent to how they used to do it with the original packaging. They used to do a lot of these like bodacious brothers and bad guy bashing, gnarly mutant, stuff like that. All callbacks to the original line. Very cool. We got a couple of cross-sells on the back here. We got the four turtles. We got Splinter, Rocksteady, Bebop, Superfly, which I did not find, and Leatherhead. And of course, we know there's other figures because like I said, today I saw the baby turtles. They come in 2 packs of 2 each. they're not back here. I know April is out. She's not back here. So we've got other figures out there. So just a quick look so you can see what the packages look like. Each of the turtles also comes with a little baby turtle, as you can see there. So that's very neat. Let's go ahead and get these guys. I'm going to open them up out of the or away from the camera, because as you can see here, I just don't have enough room, and the video is going to go too long. We've already gone 5 minutes on the packaging alone, so I'm going to open these up, and then we're going to get into the figures themselves. And here we are back with the figures all opened up. It's been a day later, so I've had a chance to really check them out, see what they're all about, and I went back to the store and I found Rocksteady, which I really felt he was going to be sorely missing from this review, so I was really happy to find him. I just went to a different store and they had him, so very pleasantly surprised with these figures. Not that I was expecting these figures to be bad. I was actually looking forward to these, but they have not disappointed. These have been really fantastic figures. So they all measure approximately 4.5 inches tall. So they're very comparable to pretty much every other Ninja Turtles line that we've had before. Give or take a few centimeters between the different figures. Like you'll notice Raph is just a tiny bit taller than the rest of the Turtles. Mikey's just a little bit shorter than the rest of them. He's about as tall as Splinter. Rocksteady, for some reason, shorter. I was hoping he'd be a little bigger. He usually gets kind of stiffed when it comes to the height department. Now, it does bear mentioning he is quite the large figure everywhere else. He doesn't have the height, but he's pretty bulky all the way around, so it bears mentioning. He comes packaged with one arm removed, so he's kind of packed in sideways like this. When you take him out of the package, this arm is like tied in below him, so you actually have to pop that in. There's a little bit of assembly when it comes to Rocksteady right there. There's a lot of figures to go through, so let's get going through them real quick. So here is Leonardo. He comes with his little baby turtle self. Now, all of the baby turtles, you'll notice, are different colors, and they all match. All of the turtles are different colors, shades of green, and all of the little baby turtles match them. So even though they are the same sculpt, you'll be able to tell which turtle is which just by what color they are. So here's Leo. And here's his little baby turtle right there. So you can see what that looks like. It's going to be the same one turtle for all of them. And it does have a little hole on the bottom there for a little peg. There's really nothing to peg them to, but I guess in the future, if we have something to peg them to, we can peg them into here. So that's a little turtle. Let's go over the weapons rack. So here's the weapons rack. So one thing that they've done differently, most of the figures have that brownish orange weapon rack like the classic figures did, but some of them come with silver. Raph and Leo specifically, and I think it's because they have the metal weapons, so they come with a silver weapons rack. And I think that's really the only thing I can think of. He's got a couple of blades here, and you'll pardon me, I don't know all the proper names for all the weapons. So he's got these throwing blades here, a shuriken, a pizza slice, a broken ooze canister, and that little knife right there. So those are all of his weapons. And then, of course, he comes with his 2 swords, which we can take out of his hands. We can actually put these in. And we're back to Leo having the crisscross swords on his back. Very classic 80s tune right there. So we've got that going on. You can put the 2 swords on his back there. And, yeah, here's Leo looking pretty good. Again, like the sculpt on this. These guys are very nicely detailed and very nicely articulated. One thing that's kind of new, and I absolutely love, is the look of the belts for all of them and the buckles. I absolutely adore the buckles on all of their belts. That's a really, really nice touch. And then Leo, of course, has a couple of extra shuriken right there. He's got the shoulder strap going over his shoulder, of course, to holster those katanas back there. Head is on a ball joint, so you can look up and down, inquisitive tilting, side to side. Checking out that head sculpt real quick. The head sculpts are pretty good. I do have notes about, well, we'll get there when we get there. Leo's looking pretty good. I really like the way Leo looks. And then he's got pin joints. So the shoulders are on pin joints, so they can go in and out and forward and backwards all the way around. The elbows are pin joints, so you got a 90-degree bend, plus you also have rotation at the elbow. And then you have rotation at the wrist. Pin joints again at the hip, so forward, backwards, rotation, so you can do in and out. Pin joints again at the knees, so you got a bend of 90 and a rotation. And then the ankles, I was a little surprised about the ankles. The ankles only rotate. They don't go up and down. There's no pin hinge there, so that's kind of interesting. Taking a Quick look at Leo right there for comparison. Here he is with the original. So you can see what the two of them look like together. Now, my classic figures are a mix. My classic shelf is a mix of original figures and reissues. So at any given moment, like this one right here, I'm pretty sure is an original because it's got the soft rubbery head and paint's all scraped off of the bandana, where any one of the other turtles may be I do not know. I don't keep track of that stuff on my shelf. I just have them because I want the figure. So some of them are originals, some of them are reissues, and I have put no effort into keeping track. So I'm gonna call them all originals because they're original molds, and we all just have to accept that and move together, move on together with that. Okay. So there it is. That's what the two of them look like together. Moving on to Raphael. Let's bring him up close. Again, his turtle. I'm probably not going to show the turtles going forward because, again, they're all the same sculpt. They're just painted differently. They're just a different shade of green. So I showed those two off. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I need to show Donnie's or Mikey's. His weapon rack includes shuriken, throwing. I think this is a throwing knife. I love these hook things. I don't know what these are called, but those are cool. Look at it. You got the handles there, and you got blade here, and then hooks over here. Very cool. A broken canister of ooze and a slice of pizza. So those are his weapons as well as his sai, which of course he's got holsters for on the front of his belt. Again, very classic looking. So we'll go ahead and put those on real quick so you can see what that looks like. We don't have the thing on his back for that other knife to go in. That would have been a really nice touch, but they've done a really good job. I feel they've done a really good job of really giving us a throwback to original figures with all of these. All of these figures have throwbacks to the originals while being something new and modern, and I absolutely dig it. Love that sculpt on Raphael. Absolutely love it. I thought the full head bandana was going to bother me, and in hand it doesn't. It really doesn't. I'm a fan of obviously I'm a fan of the classic look, so not a big fan of the whole full head bandana thing for him that they've been doing lately, but I don't know, on this figure it works. It looks good to me. I like it. He's big, he's bulkier. You can see the other guys are kind of skinny. He looks bigger, right? So he's kind of bulky looking. You got the leather belt with the I should mention they do have their initials, all of them. So Leonardo had the L. He's got the L right there. You can see that metal buckle right there, and he's also got this little pouch here on the side. I'm just kind of going all the way around so you can see what he looks like. Very nice articulation, all the same. So you got head, ball jointed head, up and down, side to side, tilt, ball pin joints on the shoulders, so in and out, forward and backwards. Pin joint at the elbow, so 90-degree bent with a rotation at the wrist, pin joint at the hips, so you can go forward and backwards. Not a whole lot. He's got a little bit of a bigger shell, so it does get in the way of his forward and backwards kicking. He can't kick forward, but he can kick to the side. And then you've got a pin hinge again at the knee, so you got a 90 at the knee along with some rotation and rotation at the ankles as well. So there's Raphael. See if now that I've messed with him, if I can get him standing straight again. He's not going to want to stand for me now. Come on, Raph. I want to compare you to your original figure. There he is with the original figure, so you can see what the two of them look like together. Now, the one figure that's got probably the most changes from the classic is going to be Donatello. So here is Donatello. He comes with, let's look at his weapons. This is kind of a different thing I'm doing here, so I'm just trying to show them all off like this. His is the only ooze canister that is not broken. Right, so he's got his ooze canister, his slice of pizza, his shuriken, and then he's got this kind of like this chain staff thing. Again, I don't know the names of these, so I'm sure you guys are going to go down there and tell me what the names of these are. So he's got this piece of weapon right here, and then he's got the bow staff with the blade sticking out of it. He also comes with his bow staff, so we'll go ahead and remove that real quick, and that can also be stored here on his back. And he's got two more accessories. So he's got the headphones, and these are removable. They actually come they come packaged separately, so you actually have to put these on, and I actually went through some trouble to get them on him, And now here I am trying to take them off. So there you go. So he comes with his headphones. And again, these come packed separately. You have to put them on. And another accessory that he comes with that does come on are his glasses. And they are removable, as you can see, which I actually appreciate. I don't like this new thing that they're doing now with Donatello having glasses. I am not a fan. I just don't like it. Donatello has always been mechanically oriented. He's always been the smarter of all of the turtles. But this thing that they've been doing over the last 10 years or so, where they're trying to perpetuate him into being a nerd, is I just cannot subscribe to that. Donatello has always been a badass in his own right while being a smart one, and they're just trying to perpetuate the whole nerd thing. So the whole thing with the glasses, never been a fan of the glasses for him. Now they've given glasses to Splinter as well. It is what it is, but it's still a nice figure. And the fact that they're removable, I really do appreciate it, because when they go on my shelf, that's how he's going to go on my shelf. No headphones. Headphones are cool and all, but he's not going to have headphones and he's not going to have glasses. On my shelf, he's going to look like this. And I appreciate that they've given me that option, right? So that I can display it any way that I want. Now, he does also have a fanny pack. This is molded in. This is not removable. So the fanny pack is on there. You cannot take that off, at least not in any way that I've been able to tell. It looks like it's all one piece molded together. So, and I'm not going to risk breaking it, trying to figure out a way to remove it. So I think that's just on there. I do like the head sculpt. And again, it's a shame because it gets hidden by these glasses. Now, admittedly, the glasses on the figure don't look as bad as the glasses on the animated character do. That actually doesn't look as bad as the animation model. It looks, but anyway. Articulation is all the same. So we got the ball joint at the neck, up, down, side to side. Same articulation on all of the joints for him. So I'm just going to kind of go over. With the turtles, they all have the same articulation. So pin hinges on the shoulders, elbows, rotation at the wrist, pin hinge at the thigh, pin hinge at the knee, and then a rotation at the ankle. So it's all going to be the same articulation for all four turtles. And just kind of going all the way around. He's tall, he's slim, and he looks good. I like it. I really do like it. Let's get him standing. He's the one that's given me the most trouble standing for some reason. I don't know why. Here he is with original Donatello. So you can see what the two of them look like together. I'll set him off to the side, and come on, Donnie, stand for me. We'll leave him with his headphones off, but we'll leave his glasses on. That's how he comes packaged. All right, moving on to Michelangelo. Michelangelo, probably my least favorite head sculpt. I like the way he looks in the animation model. I don't think it translated well to the figure. That is just a face that I'm going to see in my sleep. It's nightmare fuel. I don't know. It's still a cool figure. I just don't think that the look that they were going for, I don't think it translated well to animation. He doesn't have the braces on his teeth, which again, I don't mind because I don't like the fact that he has braces on his teeth. So I don't mind that the figure doesn't have them. But I don't know. Just something didn't translate well with it. And he's got kind of a creepy looking face. But what are you going to do? He does come with his little turtle, and then his weapon rack includes, let's check this out right here. So he's got this chain weapon right here with a hook at the end, 2 shuriken, a broken canister of ooze, the smallest slice of pizza out of all of them for whatever reason. And then he's got nunchuck microphones. The bio, and I've been showing the bios down here in the corner for all of these as I go through. The bio says that he wants to be a stand-up comedian, so he's got microphone nunchucks, which is interesting. That's kind of a new one for me. He also comes, of course, with his 2 nunchucks, which can be stored on the back. He's got the classic style plugs right there, so you can just pop those in. And they don't look like you can put them side by side very well, so I've been just kind of doing this with them, just kind of crossing them over like this. I think this is the best way to fit them. But also because of how they are molded, you see, you can store them all on this back. But also because of the way they are molded, you can't really move these around or pose them or anything like that. So you can't really do a nice two-handed hold with them. Like it just doesn't really work. And you can't even do like a good one-handed hold with them. It just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of these nunchucks. I wish it would have had something a little more posable here. That just doesn't, I don't know. Those nunchucks didn't really work for me. But there you go. And again, the articulation is all the same. Ball joint on the neck, pin joints on the shoulders, elbows, thighs, and knees, and rotation at the wrists and at the ankles. For comparison, here he is with the original Michelangelo, so you can see what the two of them look like together. Moving on to Splinter. Splinter really surprised me. He's got some really cool stuff here. Let's take a look at his weapon rack. Callbacks, callbacks, callbacks. He comes with shuriken, he comes with a bow, he comes with arrows, and then he comes with 2 extra sword cane handles because he actually has his sword cane. Check that out. How cool is that? They actually called back the original sword cane. That is so cool. Now, I've seen the very short bit of animation that I've seen of him, and he looked like he had like an afro or a perm or something, which I really wasn't on board with that either. The figure doesn't have it. So I don't know if that's just going to be like a moment in the movie where they put like a wig on him, or they're playing a trick on him or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's just been a very short, like in the trailers that I've seen thus far, you only see him for like a half a second, and he's got like an afro. But the artwork on the package didn't have the afro, and he doesn't have the afro or the perm. So I'm curious about that, but I'm actually glad he doesn't have it because I didn't care for it. He also has glasses, which are also removable, and I really, again, appreciate. Now, I know that he has glasses in the movie, so I just appreciate that they give me the option to take them off. Good looking figure, I think. Looks good. He's got this down here. I don't know what this is for. I don't know if this is for like an extra weapon or what that's for. There's a hole down there. I don't know. Maybe it's just meant to be like a hole because it's a tattered robe. I don't know. But anyway, there it is. Articulation for him is a little different. So he does have rotation on the head. No up and down or nothing like that. It's just a swivel. So, you know, he's not really going to be very posable in the neck because when you turn his head, he's going to start looking up. He does have pin hinge on the shoulder, so you got in and out and forward, backwards. Pin hinge on the elbow, again, 90-degree bend with a rotation, and you got a rotation at the wrist. Pin hinge at the hips, so you can move forward and backwards. You can also rotate it to move it in and out. Some you are going to be hindered by the soft plastic robe. No knees on him. He does not have knees, but he does have a pin hinge on the ankles, which is very interesting. And then, of course, the tail is also on a hinge, so you can move that side to side. Let's give him his cane once more. We'll put that there, and let's take a look at him next to OG Splinter, so you can see what the two of them look like together. And OG Splinter also with his sword cane, which I absolutely love. So getting into some of these bad guys, again, man, my daughter and I were just going crazy with Leatherhead here. We both just adored this figure. Weapon rack, he comes with a knife. He comes with the trap, that little jaw trap thing there. This is cool because he's got a modern version of his shotgun, but then he's also got a classic version of his shotgun. And then I don't know what this is. I wonder if this is a boomstick like some hunters use to go alligator hunting. Maybe not. I'm not sure what that is, but those are his weapons. And then, of course, he comes with that shotgun, which he's currently holding. He's also got this separate holster right here, and you can actually holster his shotgun just like you could with the original figure. Very, very cool. Now, this was probably the biggest surprise. My daughter and I were really absolutely loving this figure. There is something about him that is just so neat. He hits all of the classic cues for the original figure. The way he's dressed, the yellow vest, the bent up hat with the teeth on it, the holster on his back, the boots. He hits all of the tones of the old figure while doing something new that really, really works well. I mean, this guy looks like, having spent some time in Louisiana, this guy looks like someone you'd see in the bayou. He looks fantastic, and he's also the alligator part of him, where he's got this really big, powerful looking body with these itty bitty arms, just like a real gator. For a pause. Yeah, that really works for me. This has been probably the most surprising of all of the figures. The one that I really wasn't going after. I didn't know if I was going to get him or not. And man, I just had to get him because he is such a cool figure. Don't know how I feel about the night vision goggles. I would have appreciated if they gave me the option to remove those. I'm not crazy about the night vision goggles, but other than that, this figure is fantastic all the way around. Missed opportunity, not giving us a hinge to open his jaws. That would have been neat if he could open his mouth, but what are you going to do? Articulation head can go up and down. It can turn side to side, and it can also rotate. So it's on a ball joint, and it just really takes advantage of that ball joint to get some really expressive poses out of him right there. Pinch in on the shoulders and on the elbows. So you got the up and down, in and out rotations and all of that. You got, let's see. Yes, you do have a rotation on the wrist for this guy. He also has a waist rotation, which is really neat. And then you got a pin hinge on the thighs, but they are hindered by his clothing and his mold right here. So if you move his leg up, you kind of got to turn it that way, which is kind of weird. The knees are hinges. They are not going to rotate at the hinge. So you don't get a rotation there at the knee. You just get a bend. And then, of course, you get that ankle rotation there. One more time to compare them with the original. There you go. So you can see what the two of them look like together. And yeah, he's grown quite a bit. And I absolutely love everything about this new Leatherhead. He's just, yeah, that was probably the biggest surprise out of all of them. Like, wow, what a great figure that is. Moving on to Bebop, taking a look at his weapon rack. This just yells classic and nostalgia all over the place. You got his knife, you got a trash can lid shield, you have a new modern version of his drill gun, but you also get a classic version of his drill gun, and then of course you get this bat, I think, or just a club to beat things with. So those are his weapons. And here is a Bebop. Let's take a look at him. Let's take off his weapon so we can see what he looks like. Taking a look at the head sculpt. Again, hitting all the classic notes while giving us something new. Check him out. Looks really good. This whole thing with my daughter and I were joking about this. Like, he's got this random wow tattoo on his chest, and in our own headcanon, we want this to, I mean, I have no idea. We're just speculating here. We just kind of made this up jokingly, but wouldn't it be cool if this is what actually happened? We like to think Bebop gave himself a mom tattoo. So, as he's giving it to himself, that's what it would look like to him. But of course, because he's so dumb, it would just say, wow. And we just came up with that jokingly, and now we want that to be the truth. So bad. That would be so awesome. Taking a look at him all the way around. Yeah, he hits all the classic notes. You got the purple hair. Not so much of a mohawk anymore. It looks more like a perm. You got the purple shades there, the tusks that are going up, the nose ring. You got the turtle shells on the shoulders, the red vest, black pants with a chain, and the red shoes right there. Looking really neat. He's also got a belly button ring. It's so funny. Let's see. Articulation on this guy. Head is on a ball joint. Up and down. Left side to side. Inquisitive tilting. Pin hinges on the shoulders. Watch out for these. These are rubber. So they do move some, but you don't want to push it, right? So you got a pin hinge on the shoulder. Hinge only on the elbow. No rotation on the elbow, unfortunately. And you do have rotation at the wrist. Nothing at the waist. Pin hinge again at the thigh. So forward, backwards. You got a rotation. Hinge only at the knee. And didn't think so. Yeah, no rotation at the ankles for this guy, which is kind of weird. But you can still rotate the legs out. So, that still works right there. Taking a look at him with the original so you can see what the two of them look like together. There you go. And finally, moving on to Rocksteady to finish out the group here. Let's see if I can squeeze these guys in a little more. Weapons rack for Rocksteady. Again, talking about classic. You've got a new modern version of his machine gun, but you also get Classic machine gun right there. You get a hammer, you get a sewer lid shield right there, and you get his knife, along with the weapon that also comes with him in the package, which is, again, a modern version of his old machine gun. I love that they added the bipod to it. That is just so cool. You can just stand that up right there. I think that is really, really neat. Taking a look at him, okay, again, so he's a little, I would have wanted him, in my head canon, I would have wanted him to be taller. Like, I don't think Rocksteady should be shorter than Leatherhead. I think it should be the other way around. I would have liked him to be taller. Other than that, he is massive, though. He is built like a tank, and he looks like, to borrow from another universe, once he gets going, there's going to be no stopping him, right? And that's what he looks like. He's really, really neat. I do love kind of like that humped back and the head just kind of coming straight forward. I do like the fact that he doesn't have a neck. It gives him a lot of personality, and I think it looks really neat. You got rotation at the head, so he can look side to side. That's it. No up and down, no tilting, no nothing. He can just look side to side, but it works so well. You got pin hinges at the shoulders, hinge only at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, pin and hinge at the thighs, so a forward, backwards, and rotation. Hinge only at the knees, and no rotation at the ankle, but you can still rotate the thighs, so you can give him a little bit of possibility right there. And yeah, he just looks like I don't know. There's something about him. He looks so cool to me. And again, to compare it with the original one, so you can see what the two of them look like together. This has not been the least bit disappointing. I have absolutely loved opening every single one of these figures. They have been a joy. I've been looking forward to these new releases. They have not disappointed. I'm really, really enjoying these new figures. I cannot wait to I do not know. My wife asked me, where are you going to put them? And I'm like, I'm just going to put them on the on my sewer layer, with my other... Yeah, I just said that to say that. I actually have no idea where the heck I'm going to put these guys right now. But I'm going to have fun looking for a place to put them. Looking forward to the movie. If, just based... A little speculation here. Based on the few trailers that we've seen, looks like Shredder may not even be involved in the movie at all. It looks like it's just going to be mutants. It looks to me, and this is again just speculation, it looks like the Turtles are coming of age. They think that they assume that they are four of a kind, and they go out into the city to find that there's a whole city full of mutants just like them out there. And then, of course, the mutants just want to turn all the other people into mutants and just make more mutants. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a Shredder-centric movie. And if that turns out to be the case, I would guess that he'd probably show up at the end or after the post-credits or something. Just a mention of Shredder to open up for a possible sequel. That's my speculation on the movie. I'm really looking forward to it. Love the... a lot of the modernizations, a couple of nitpicks here and there, the glasses thing. I don't care about the glasses, don't care about the braces. If Splinter has hair, don't care about the hair. But those are just very minor nitpicks, only based on aesthetics. So I can easily and happily get over that. These figures are a lot of fun. These figures are fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to that movie. I'm looking forward to finding that van, that Pizza Fire van. I cannot wait to find that and add it to my collection. And I think that about does it for let's call this the first wave of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem basic figures. What did you think of these figures? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends if you like what you see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.